What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It is your boy, D Dyson. Now today, I wanted to give my review for Captain Marvel. Now, wanted to say that as I watched Captain Marvel this weekend, I noticed that a lot of movie critics, reviewers, reactors, they were all bashing the movie. And I just wanted to look at it in terms of, I just wanted to go to the movies and really watch a really good movie. I was hoping to see a really good movie, especially a superhero movie with the continuation of the story set from way back in Iron Man 2007, 2008. So what I got from Captain Marvel was nothing spectacular at all, you know. And it just wasn't one of those movies where I was going to be like, oh my gosh, we're going to be wild. We're going to be like, this is somebody I can get behind. None of that. We didn't get any of that in Captain Marvel. Like, it was like a lot of questions unanswered. You didn't get to see her full potential of power. It was just her origin story for her introduction into the story of the overall Avengers story. It was just a quick, here's Captain Marvel. She's going to be introduced in the next Avengers movie. Hurry up and give her a little backstory. Now, the only thing people really enjoyed, as well as I, about Captain Marvel was the 90s nostalgia. So it's like you get to see when Captain Marvel, lands and on Earth, it's like 95. You get to see Nick Fury as just a regular, agent. And just, you get to see the lot of nostalgic Blockbuster, the Radio Shacks, the Game Boys. She had a Nine Inch Nail t-shirt on. And even during that fight scene, everybody gets so upset about this fight scene when they're playing No Doubt. I hear Gwen Stefani during the fight scene. I'm just kind of like, so you're trying to, it's already boring, and then you're trying to infuse Guardians of the Galaxy-esque type of style when it comes to fight scenes with, music from the 90s. I was like, this is not landing at all. It's whack. Yeah, this movie was just, it was so bland. It was very bland from beginning to end. And I've never really seen that in a Marvel cinematic movie, except for Thor 2. I must say, Thor 2 is the worst superhero movie that I've seen since 2008. And Captain Marvel is just above that. Like, if it was a top three, Thor 2 would take it, and then Captain Marvel. That's how bad this movie was. And you could tell and I'm all for women. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for women. I want women to have a stronger lead in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as far as superheroes, to kind of give women that, hey, we could be superheroes too. Would have got that with Black Widow. I don't know why they didn't make that. But I was hoping that they would play this up to be like, man, hey, she's very strong. She's going to be a good character. It fell flat on all cylinders. It just fell flat, And just looking at the movie, I'm like, even if somebody who's never really watched all superhero movies, don't know what's going on, just want to go to the movies to enjoy a movie, even they were just kind of left like, it was good. It was okay. Not a lot of action. It was just like, oh yeah, it was a whatever movie. So a lot of people was kind of like, it's just a whatever movie. And I was hoping more. I was hoping so much more than just a whatever movie, I was really hoping for that. And to say that how far superhero movies have came from 2008, especially after last year, you have to top last year. I'm sorry. You have Black Panthers and the Avengers come out in one year, which was two highly blockbuster movies, and you follow that up in the next year with a bland movie. So I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, this is this is not the direction where I wanted to, where it to go. And even in the end credit scene, it was like, yeah, what happened to Fury? And I'm just kind of like, then the cat, throws up the Tesseract. Everybody gets up, to me, when Nick Fury loses his eye to the cat, I'm just kind of like, really? Really? I'm thinking from way back when he was like, you see him, when you first see Samuel Jackson and the end credit scenes of Iron Man with the eye patch, you want to know that, oh man, it looked like he lost, he did battle, or, somebody shot his eye out. And then he tells Captain America, last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye. So, now everybody's kind of like joking and playing on how he lost his eye with his cat. I'm just kind of like, really? This is where we're going. This is what we're going to be doing. Really? It was a mess. I mean, but overall, I like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. As Samuel Jackson playing a younger Nick Fury, the CGI was great. CGI was fantastic. With having Samuel Jackson's younger self, it looked like it just meshed really well, Given that Samuel Jackson is almost like 70, like it meshed really, really well. Also, Ben Mendelsohn played a very good job as a Skrull. The whole time you think that the Skrulls are bad guys. They lead you to believe the Krees are the good guys. With Jude Law and Brie Larson, that the Kree world is like they're like the quote unquote Green Lantern of the Marvel Cinematic Universe without using rings. So they're like the police of the galaxy, so to speak, or quote unquote heroes of the galaxies. And the Skrulls need to be hunted because they're shapeshifters. They can shape into anybody, anything, and they're just out to wipe all existence. And then you got Roman the Accuser in his early stages trying to wipe out the Skrulls. And to the point of you kind of still don't know why, that there's just been an ongoing war with the Krees and the Skrulls for a very long time. So you don't really know why a whole lot. Like, they don't dive in deep of why, but it's just kind of like, okay, yeah. And then like I said, Ben Mendelsohn's portrayal as a Skrull was, I love his voice, dude. Like, you just know him right away from his voice. And I love that with an actor. Like, you just know it's him. Like, whatever he plays it to a T, and I love that. And I'm like, every movie that I ever see him in, besides Bloodline, I see him in a suit. So I'm like, yeah, he always wears a suit. Even in Captain Marvel, he wore a suit for a brief period of time as Nick Fury's boss, which was pretty cool. So at the same time, that was a good performance, but I have to give Captain Marvel an overall 7 out of 10. And that's being very modest. That's being modest. That's just saying that, because the action was in spurts of the movie, like, it'll be drag, action, drag, action, drag, action, drag, action. So it was just like, they just gave you splashes of action to keep you entertained with the story. Another thing I didn't like about the story is how they keep referring to her as Vers, and she just kept falling. Like, how many times we saw her falling in the trailers, how many times we saw her falling in the actual movie. She kept fucking falling all the time. And I'm just kind of like, would you stop falling? Like, you're playing the same stuff over and over, what we saw in trailers, for like months. I don't want to see you falling, all in this movie all the damn time. I don't want to see you fall no more, okay? I get it. We saw the images. Play that. If you're going to play that same image in the trailer that you did in the movie, do it for like a quick 3 seconds. Don't play that ever again. And unfortunately, they played it more than once, like, of her falling. I'm just like, oh my gosh, stop. And like I said, I get this movie. This movie, because it came out on Women's Day weekend, that it's a strong female lead, I'm totally with that. I am with that 100%. You just had to make a movie that was credible and worthy of that. And it fell flat of that. When I saw Wonder Woman, I was like, damn, this is a bad-ass superhero that women can get behind. I know, because I'm just looking at my niece, I'm looking at my fiance, my mom. They all loved Wonder Woman. Like, they just loved it. I'm just like, right, that was just a right-on movie. She was a badass chick. You got to see all the special effects, all the action, the love, and how she was really trying to get into herself and know herself. Like, that's what women are looking for and little girls are looking for with this movie. Like, but like I said, it fell flat. So I'm just like, oh, wow. So, like I said, I'm the only thing I'm, because like we didn't get to see her full potential of power. You don't really know what she can do. She just shoots photon blasts from her hands, you know, because she got hit from the energy blast. I know a lot of people are upset about, you know, how she got the energy from Annette Bening's Captain Marvel. I know a lot of, you know, comic book fans are mad because Captain Marvel is actually supposed to be a man, and it was a doctor that was on Earth that was watching her the whole time, and like, yeah, I'm Kree or whatever, and she was like, you know, she was trying to create light speed transportation, and she shot the energy, whatever. So yeah, you got to see that how the Krees were not the good guys. You know, although in the beginning of the movie they led you to believe that, hey, you're the good guys, they're the bad guys because they're ugly, they're you know, look at their alien races, they just look ugly, they love the bad guys. And then turns it on his head at the end. It's like, hey, yeah, the Krees are the bad guys. Skrulls are the good guys. You know, so. But like I said, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. Just because it's just another movie. It's just another movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to prepare you for the actual movie of the year, which is going to be the Avengers Endgame. And just seeing her introduction as Captain Marvel in this movie. I'm not sure if they said she's the quote-unquote strongest superhero, but you didn't get to see her power. I see more of Thor's power in Thor Ragnarok and in The Last Avengers. I've seen more of like, man, yeah, Thor took a whole dying star to the chest and lived. Captain Marvel better be a hell of a lot stronger than that. I'm sorry. So that's just my interpretation of it. So if you enjoyed my review, subscribe to my channel, post a comment down below, and like this video. It is your boy, D. Dyson. Peace.